from September onwards, the market started picking up, and then Diwali, Dussehra, and it's been continuing till now. We've seen this growth not just in affordable housing, we've also seen this across all our projects in Lokhandwala, Worli, Nepean Sea Road, irrespective of the ticket size. And I do not see this momentum letting go at least for the next 1 year. There have been multiple factors, Gitanjali, which have, you know, buoyed this momentum up so much. One obviously is the stamp duty impact, which the government of Maharashtra has introduced in Mumbai specifically. And that has been a big booster for the growth of real estate in Maharashtra. The second point is also the government has realized is the circle rates have been cut. So the builders are at liberty to reduce pricing. Third is builders have realized the importance of cash. They have also become realistic in terms of moving inventory. So this is there to stay. I mean, I can go on, but I'm sure my other panelists have a lot to add. There is definitely a momentum up in real estate. There are deals happening across sectors, across segments, and I hope this continues.
Thanks, Sandeep. You make a very valid point, various reasons that you said. Manojji, can I have your view on NCR? Because what we spoke about right now was more specific to Maharashtra. What's your view on NCR? You're on mute, Manojji. You'll have to unmute.
Sorry, sir. Good morning, everyone. I am completely agree with Sandeep. बेसिक मैं जो एक बड़ा फैक्टर देखता हूँ कि ऑलरेडी डेवलपर्स ने अपनी इन्वेंटरीज को मूव करना पहले ही शुरू कर दिया था. लास्ट 4 ईयर रियल एस्टेट के लिए काफी जो है लर्निंग प्रोसेस रहा है. बट इस पेंडेमिक ने जो एक साइकोलॉजिकल चेंज अक्रॉस द क्लास जो है, स्पेशली जो लोग अपना डिसीजन नहीं ले रहे थे और हाउसिंग को एक असेट क्लास की तरह जो है ट्रीट नहीं कर रहे थे, जब लॉकडाउन के अंदर लोग अपने घरों में रहे तो वो एक साइकोलॉजी चेंज हुई. और हमारे यहाँ मेन प्रॉब्लम हो गई थी पिछले 1-1.5 साल से हम ये देख रहे थे, लोग डिसीजन नहीं ले रहे थे. दे रादर प्रेफर टू बाय की जगह दे वांट रेंटेड हाउस. और अभी उनको आप कह सकते हैं पूरे सेक्टर के ऊपर एक ऐसा जो क्वेश्चन मार्क लग गया था. द क्रेडिबिलिटी स्पेशली इन एनसीआर इज अ बिग इशू. उस वजह से लोगों के डिसीजन जो है वो बहुत पेंडिंग हो रहे थे. ऑल्दो दे आर इन नीड ऑफ हाउसिंग, बट उनके डिसीजन जो है वो कन्वर्ट नहीं हो रहे थे. इस पैंडेमिक के बाद जो है, ड्यूरिंग द पैंडेमिक आल्सो और आफ्टर दैट, ए पॉजिटिव जो सेल्स अक्रॉस द बोर्ड लाइक इन नोएडा, ग्रेटर नोएडा, गुड़गांव, especially in a very hot place, Yamuna Expressway. Our chief minister also placing that airport, Jewar Airport, Noida Film City, lot of projects जो है गवर्नमेंट ने भी काफी अनाउंस किए. तो ओवरऑल इम्पैक्ट जो है रियल एस्टेट के ऊपर, स्पेशली रेजिडेंशियल की डिमांड इस टाइम जो है अक्रॉस द बोर्ड एनसीआर के अंदर भी, क्योंकि यहाँ वॉल्यूम पूरे इंडिया का ऑलमोस्ट 50% वॉल्यूम इज इन एनसीआर. एंड अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग के लिए जो सैटेलाइट टाउन्स एंड दिल्ली एंड अराउंड जो है, दैट इज द बेस्ट डेस्टिनेशन. तो उसमें मूवमेंट काफी देखने को मिली है. तो डबल इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है. एक तो नए प्रोजेक्ट्स लॉन्च नहीं हुए, जो पुराने इन्वेंट्रीज थी उनकी मूवमेंट काफी बढ़ी है. तो वो एक पॉजिटिव एक इम्पैक्ट जो है वो देखने को मिला. और आई थिंक दिस विल बी रहेगा. लोग म्यूचुअल फंड, शेयर और दूसरी इन्वेस्टमेंट क्लास की जगह रेजिडेंशियल को एक सेफ इन्वेस्टमेंट जो है वो मानने लगे.
So Naveen, what is your take on whether this momentum is across the ticket sizes, or you're seeing more momentum in certain ticket sizes and not doing well? What's your take on what is moving and what's not? Unmute Naveen, please.
Morning, everyone. So I kind of agree with what Sandeep mentioned. We are seeing movement across the entire sector, whether it's luxury or affordable housing. And in fact, what I think has happened is above what Sandeep and Manojji mentioned is that everybody's walked one step closer to make sure that the transaction happens. So developers have softened their prices or have given more time for people to pay. People have understood the importance of buying. The government has made it easier for the transaction to happen because of stamp duty. So all these factors put together has led to where we are. And the other thing which also has happened, which is a shift in thinking of a developer apart from changing prices, is actually developers are now trying to make houses which the customer needs rather than making what they feel the customer needs and then try to sell that. So we've seen a lot of projects that we evaluate today. The way we design that project is very different from what we used to do 2 years back, 3 years back. Is ticket size concept, ensuring that areas are not going in the architect. So complete backward calculation that there is a ticket size, there's a price expectation that you have, there's a price expectation the customer has, and then you make sure that the plan is efficient and the loose ends in terms of areas which go wasted are also cut. So it's a efficiency which is letting to this shift. And I think personally, whether it is here to stay for 1 year or more, I think even before this elimination period of lockdown, sales were there. Sales had moved from say 10 developers to 3 developers or 4 developers in a particular region. We were actually able to sell across all sectors. Luxury was slow. There's no doubt luxury was slow. But what we have seen is that if the project is reaching to completion, there are buyers. All of these other things have fueled up the sales. Under constructions have moved up. I mean, is selling twice. If we were doing say 10 apartments a month in a particular project, now we are doing 20. But even before the lockdown, even before the stamp duty, even before the home loans, which was not at what they are today, sales was happening. If there was progress at site, people could see actual completion happening. Now, if all these further factors continue to support, the government continues to support, and the home loans remain where they are, I see this will stay for a long time.
So very interesting point Naveen makes about if the government continues to support. So Rajanji, that clearly brings me to you. Apart from understanding your views about the Thane market, I would also like you to focus on what do you think they have done right, the government has done right, and what is it that you all are expecting more from them?
Good morning to everyone, and thank you, Gitanjali. I will tell you what my other panelists haven't told. See, everybody is only seeing sales are happening, but the sales are happening. It's very, very important for three people. Three because of three people. One is government, second is developer, and third is financial institution also. See, today, if you really see, the sales are happening because there were many people. There was confidence was lost. There was no confidence for the buyer in a developer. And unfortunately, that confidence from buyer, I'm sorry to tell you on this panel, it has gone to financial institutions. So I am telling you the financial institutions should learn from consumers. Please keep faith and confidence in the developer. See, there are some developers, projects must have gone bad. For that, everybody is responsible. The government is responsible, developer is responsible, and financial institution is also responsible. Why I am telling you, when we didn't require the money, you gave us money, which we didn't use it properly. So because of COVID has taught one very, very, very important aspect, how to live. Because as Naveen told, today, previously people were thinking we wanted big houses. Now they want a home. It's not necessary how big or how small it is that. Earlier, I will tell you, the millennials, they were thinking of staying in a rented house. Because of this COVID, it has changed from rented to own a house. Even if it is a smaller house, they want to own their house. They don't want a rented house. And once again, I would like to give credit to the lady of the house. I will tell you, I have so many instances because, uh, today the sales, nobody has imagined when we launched Housing for All portal on 14 January 2020. We never thought of COVID or anything, but nobody has imagined that the housing can be sold online also. So today you can imagine when the way Naveen told, we also had sales even in the month of April. You will be surprised. April was total lockdown. Still, we had sales. I will tell you how we had sales. People had booked their flat, matlab given us the token with an understanding that they will see the site. If they like, they will continue. If they don't like, they will take back their money. And also, to be very honest, we are kind is a wrong word, but we adjusted ourselves and we told them, yes, we will refund you your money. Otherwise, generally, once you give the money to a developer rarely refunds the money. He gives 10 reasons to forfeit the money, but it was not that. So what I mean to say is that everybody, including buyer, including financial institution, including developer and government, all this, all the segments of the housing have come forward. And why they have come forward? See, at central level, I will tell you, the government has also understood that this industry is dependent by at least 250 to 300 ancillary industries. Because when you see, when we call ki roti, kapda or makan, so once you have makan, so everything comes after that, including your furniture, you say, fridge, you say, electrical item, your car, everything is automatically accessories for that. And today, once again, you can see the earlier government has given that liquidity, government liquidity, they had kept their limit of 50 crores loan amount, which they have increased it to 500 crores. It's a very, 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 very welcome move because majority of the developers who are on the borderline, at least the way we tell in COVID, either patients need oxygen or ventilator. Here there were many developers who were needed oxygen as well as ventilator. Both the things government has provided. Now, only one request, you are also there as financial institution. Irfan sir is there, who is the way everybody tell man in demand. So we want to just request you, and we can assure you as NAREDCO, as an association also, we can be ready to be a facilitator also in between you and developer. If any issues are there, we can help them, we can sort out that. And see the momentum what we have got. See, it is all our responsibility to keep the momentum. And if liquidity problem is not sorted, then this should be a temporary only a current which we are seeing it. If you want to keep it or prolong it and keep it forward and take it forward, so 101% each and every government, financial institution as well as developer, all three of us should work hand in hand. Thank you.
Let me move to the man in demand then. Irfan, what's your take? Let me know about what are you seeing, how you think the pain is, how are financial institutions looking at this, because you've been seeing portfolios. I would like to see what your take is on how deep this pain can be.
Hi, Geetanjali. Good morning, everybody. I hope the audio issue is at Geetanjali's end. It's not at mine. Right? Just for a moment, let me play it that way. I hope I'm audible to everybody. I concur absolutely, completely with what the eminent panelists have said about sales, about the momentum in the sales, and how can one differ? They are the one, they are of sales. They are the frontline soldiers. They know best. Right. So what happens at the micro level gets consolidated at the aggregate level. Just a sobering note here, right? So I'm completely on their side. The momentum is tremendous for all the reasons that have been mentioned. I think the only thing that was not mentioned, and I will not repeat the points that were mentioned, was that the momentum is especially significant because it comes after maybe 8, 9 months where lives and livelihood were threatened, right? So for it to spring back with such strong force suggests that it will continue for a longer period of time. That coupled with changes that have happened in the industry, and I'm not just talking of regulatory changes, but the fact that developers themselves are now more inclined to sell rather than just wait for inventory to appreciate, where price no longer determines whether an industry is doing good or bad. That helps the end user convert into the walk-in convert to a buyer. The only and we've seen that across our projects also. We've seen that the underlying currents, the undercurrents of the market data reflected, we are also proud, and I'm sure it's also reflected in the panelist here, that there is a certain additional sales that are being generated because the consumer has additional confidence in the developer or in the financier. And therefore, we are seeing not just sales, we are seeing better collections happening in our projects, and that's happening across India. The only sobering note that I like to add here is, and before I come to the extent of the problem, the range of the problem, etc., is, if we are looking at a sampling error staring at our face here, right? The Runwals and Gores and so on aren't a typical developer. They are the best of the breed here. So what they are telling you actually is that the market has improved tremendously for the better developers. That doesn't mean that the market has improved for all developers. And that's where funds like the Swami Fund come in. We help the other developers, now the developers who do not find a name on your panel, to sell. And how do they sell? They sell by completing, because the trust is either in a finished product or the trust is in a brand name developer. I suspect most of the launches going also happen by members of this panel. It will not happen by unknown developers. So for unknown developers or developers who do not have this kind of brand credibility, the only way out of the situation is to complete the product, have a finished product, and then the finished product is maybe a lesser cousin, but still a relative of the products offered by some of the more reputed developers. So that's where, in terms of the range of the problem, we had done a market study. We identified there are 4.5 lakh units spread across India. We have identified that they are present mainly in MMR and NCR. They account for about 65% of the total stressed units in the country. They are also spread across the top 8 cities. But as a fund, we have focused on projects across India. We have already provided approval to, I think, 25 plus projects in tier 2 cities. Those cities traditionally have been deprived of funding, but the problems are the same. The nature of the unfinished project is the same. The pains of the home buyers are the same. And as long as they are ERA governed, we are providing funding to those projects. So that's the extent of the problem. And I think that's the uncollated data in terms of sales and, was it the best Diwali for them? I think it was a good Diwali, but nothing of the kind that some of the better developers have experienced. So the entire, the words that we've used about trust deficit, about flight to quality, etc., has played out, which means that that the reputed developers have done well, and the not so reputed developers have struggled. I mean, that's my take here.
So Irfan, thank you for introducing that point, because that was my next line of thought in any case. So are we really focusing or looking at a major phase of consolidation here? Because if that trust in an under construction project is going to be with a few developers, do we see the market shrinking and market share being acquired by bigger names? Sandeep, what's your take?
So, real estate is a sector which has no barriers to entry. If you will see, when the market started booming in 2006-07, every person was investing in real estate. And that itself became the biggest flaw of the industry. You had inexperienced people enter the industry. You had people who thought they could trade on one land and then sell on to the other one and move investors around. So multiple things happened. Investors have disappeared from the market. The market has become very regulated. You have RERA, which has come into play. You have to become more consumer responsible. Your possession deadlines are responsibility now. It's no longer a market where you buy something for 100 rupees and it appreciates to 150 rupees. It is no longer a market where inefficiencies pay you. Earlier, most of the builders made money by being more inefficient. So the more inefficient you were, the more money you made. And today it's exactly the reverse. And that's where most of the developers who had no experience, who had no legacy, and who were there purely for the ride, got caught. And money was easily available. I don't want to it used to be very easy to raise land funding. It was very easy. NBFCs were giving away money. And that's how all this leverage problem started in the industry. If you do not back it up with delivery and sales, you are going to get into a debt trap. People who have regulated their balance sheets, people who have been conscious about the debt they carry on their books and have always maintained their onslaught in the and it is no longer an industry for people who want to make a quick buck. It's only where you can sustain yourself for the next 5 years. You have money to complete the project, assuming you sell only 20% of the project. If your finances are not tied up, it's not worth even launching the project. So it's like a manufacturing sector. You tie up all your money, you ensure you have the end product ready, and then you're able to deliver it to the consumer. And that's how most of the reputed developers today are looking at the industry.
Sandeep, for a moment, let's move from the demand side to now the supply side. I think we've been seeing a lot of the inventory levels coming down because obviously new launches have been restricted. I want, Naveen, your view on what do you think are people looking at new acquisitions? Is supply side likely to again start building up? Do we see that happening soon?
So Gitanjali, I think there is, see, as an organization, we are looking at new projects, and like Sandeep just mentioned to you, that people who were caught where they thought this is a business where things can just be done the way they think it can be done. It's a serious business. It requires a lot of manpower, attention, and you have to, it's a hands-on business. You can't really run it the way you can actually run manufacturing, because in manufacturing, after some point of time, for us, each project is setting up a factory. So I think supply not, as once the regulator has come in, supply will reduce and will continue to reduce, as people are also now conscious about not launching 20 lakh square feet, 25 lakh square feet project. Everybody wants to do a 5 lakh square feet because it's controllable. It's easy to manage, it's easy to control, it's easy to, and the cycles of real estate have also shortened. What works for you today may not work after 2 years. So you really can't think of a 25 lakh square feet and think that this is going to be till the end of the project, because things keep changing, your customer requirements keep changing. You need to keep changing your what you offer to the customer. So what I see and what we are seeing, and it's not that we are seeing it after COVID, I think the number of developers has shrunk and it will continue to shrink, and the number of launches there. We are, as a group, we are launching 3 to 4 projects in the next 2 quarters, and we will continue to do that. And a lot of our evaluation earlier used to be with landowners, is now with developers. So we've come up with a very interesting concept known as Swami Developer, instead of calling it Swami Fund, where we are taking existing developer, asking him, okay, you're stuck. We will enter in, we will complete the project, and we will exit first. So we enter last, we exit first. Very similar to what Swami Fund of SBI does, but we enter it as a developer, build in the confidence what the customer needs, complete the project, and then move out. So it's no longer looking at only fresh kind of acquisition. You also go back to existing developers, take their problem, and see whether there is a solution around it. So there is a lot of supply which needs to get solved itself to actually become a reality. So I don't see any way that supply is not going to come, but supply won't be the way we see it on Excel sheets all around the year, that's the kind of supply. Supply will be constrained for at least 2 to 3 years is my view. But new supply will keep coming. And whatever supply now comes, whatever supply comes now will be real and will get delivered, because people are serious, people will need financial closure. It won't be, an intention of supply, but it will be actual supply which will get delivered.
So Manoj, is that the same situation in NCR as well? Because that, we've been talking for the longest time about ghost towns, this development happening, not occupied. Do you think that supply side is getting constrained and you will see more and more new launches coming up there as well? Unmute yourself, sir, please.
Definitely in NCR, I think the situation is more severe. And as per the estimate and the CREDAI के अंदर हम अपना बात भी करते हैं, more than 60 to 70% डेवलपर्स के लिए दिस इज द लास्ट प्रोजेक्ट जो इनके इन हैंड है. दे आर लुकिंग फॉर स्वामी फंड और द फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूट, किसी भी तरीके से उस प्रोजेक्ट को वो और उसके बाद वो एग्जिट करना चाहते हैं इसकी वजह से, बिकॉज थिंग्स जो है वो 2016 से पहले जैसे हुआ करती थी. कोई एंट्री बैरियर नहीं था, 4 लोग मिले, किसी दूसरी इंडस्ट्री में काम करते थे या वो प्रॉपर्टी डीलिंग का काम करते थे, वो मिले और उन्होंने कोई प्रोजेक्ट लॉन्च कर दिया, लैंड्स ले ली, कहीं कोई रजिस्ट्रेशन नहीं है, कहीं कोई क्रेडिबिलिटी नहीं है, कोई पीछे रिकॉर्ड नहीं है. उस तरह के प्रोजेक्ट्स आज की डेट में सब लोग जो है स्टिक हो गए. और वही था, एवरी टाइम द लैंड प्राइसेस जो है अप्रिशिएट हो रही थी, अपार्टमेंट के प्राइस अप्रिशिएट हो रहे थे और उसी के अंदर इनएफिशिएंसी जो है पे कर रही थी उनको जो है. लेकिन थिंग्स जो है फ्रॉम लास्ट 3-4-5 इयर्स के अंदर जो है ड्रास्टिकली चेंज हो गई. और ये अब जो है लाइक इन अदर डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज, ये इट्स अ सीरियस बिजनेस. इसके अंदर आपको पहले से अपना गेम प्लान जो है वो बनाना पड़ेगा. लार्ज वॉल्यूम्स, डेफिनेटली लार्ज टाउनशिप्स के साइज जो है धीरे धीरे कम होंगे. वी सी अवरसेल्फ ऑल्सो, जहां हम 30-30 हजार फ्लैट्स एक टाउनशिप के अंदर हमने डिलीवर किए हैं. आज की डेट में उतने बड़े प्रोजेक्ट दोबारा से हम भी नहीं देख रहे हैं. वो प्रोजेक्ट जो कंट्रोल हो सकें और उसको डिलीवर कर सकें राइट फ्रॉम द डे वन, आपके पास प्लान है. और अभी हमने नॉट ओनली वी आर फिनिशिंग आवर प्रोजेक्ट, वी जस्ट टेक ए कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फ्रॉम द NBCC ऑफ अमरपाली ग्रुप, अराउंड 1800 करोड़ रुपीस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, कि हम अपने भी प्रोजेक्ट फिनिश नहीं कर रहे, उनके भी कर रहे हैं. सो दैट ए पॉजिटिविटी मार्केट, ऑल्दो हम इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में नहीं थे, वी आर प्योर डेवलपर, बट वी हैव अ वेरी लार्ज कंस्ट्रक्शन कंपनी हमारी इन हाउस थी. उसी सारी फैसिलिटीज को यूज करते हुए हम करीबन 10,000 से ज्यादा फ्लैट वो भी फिनिश कर रहे हैं. जो लोग अभी एक तरह से इस मार्केट पूरी NCR के अंदर एक नेगेटिविटी रहती है, लोगों को घर नहीं मिले हैं, तो उनको घर मिल जाएंगे, पुराने प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट हो जाएंगे, आइदर थ्रू सुप्रीम कोर्ट और थ्रू स्वामी फंड, या जैसे स्वामी डेवलपर की बात हुई, ऐसे बहुत सारे ट्रांजेक्शन NCR के अंदर भी हो रहे हैं. लास्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट वाली पोजीशन यहाँ पर भी हो रही है. समहाउ किसी ना किसी तरीके से जो पुराने स्टक प्रोजेक्ट हैं, जिसकी वजह से एक ट्रस्ट डेफिसिट इस पूरी इंडस्ट्री के लिए जो है एक बड़ा चैलेंज बन गया है, उसको खत्म करने वाले आई थिंक विद इन कमिंग 1 और 2 इयर्स के अंदर पुराने जितने भी प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं इनका कोई ना कोई सोल्यूशन आइदर थ्रू NCLT और स्वामी फंड और टेक ओवर या जॉइंट वेंचर कुछ भी होने से अगले 2-1 साल के अंदर ये सारा प्रोजेक्ट जो है ये सारे सेटल हो जाएंगे. नाउ ए न्यू एरा ऑफ रियल एस्टेट डेवलपमेंट जो है विल कम इनटू द पिक्चर. ओनली वेरी फ्यू सीरियस प्लेयर्स जो रह जाएंगे, जिनको राइट फ्रॉम डे वन उसको कैसे कंप्लीट करना है, मार्केट कैसे भी बिहेव करे. और वी आर हेडिंग टुवर्ड्स द मैच्योर इंडस्ट्री. अभी तक जो ये समझा जाता था कि दिस इज नॉट ऑर्गेनाइज, इवन इंडस्ट्री का स्टेटस भी आज तक जो है इसको नहीं मिला है. ऑल्दो वी आर डायरेक्टली इम्पैक्टिंग मोर देन 250 इंडस्ट्रीज, इतना सामान हम रेजिडेंशियल के अंदर यूज करते हैं. तो आई होप कि ये चीज़ें चेंज होंगी. इट्स सीरियस बिजनेस, एंड यूजर को फोकस करके हमें अपने प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन करने पड़ेंगे. यस, आई विल कंप्लीटली एग्री कि हमारी डिजाइनिंग में भी बहुत सारे चेंजेस आए हैं. बैक टू रियल एस्टेट जो पुराना होता था, जहां पर पॉसिबिलिटी है वहां पे वापस से हम जो है प्लॉटिंग पे आ गए हैं. हर जगह FAR का गेम अब खत्म हो गया है. एवरी टाइम FAR की बात जो करने से वो भी खत्म हो गए. जहाँ पे फिजिबिलिटी है वहाँ बैक टू स्क्वायर वन, लोगों का इंटरेस्ट भी बढ़ा है. प्लॉटिंग रिक्वायरमेंट धीरे धीरे बढ़ रही है. जहाँ पर रियली लैंड बहुत महंगी है वहीं पर FAR या मल्टी स्टोरी बिल्डिंग्स लाइक बॉम्बे MMR उस साइड में. लेकिन NCR के जो सैटेलाइट टाउन्स है वहाँ दोबारा से बहुत सारे प्रोजेक्ट मैं देख रहा हूँ जिन्होंने लोगों ने ग्रुप हाउसिंग के लिए लिए थे, दे कन्वर्ट इनटू द प्लॉटिंग जो है टाउनशिप. तो वो चीजें भी प्रोडक्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू द नीड ऑफ अ एंड यूजर इंस्टेड ऑफ इन्वेस्टर या जो स्पेकुलेशन, वो चीजें जो है धीरे धीरे खत्म हो रही है. क्वालिटी ऑफ वर्क वो भी एक बड़ा चैलेंज आ रहा है. देन knowledge of customer due to RERA and social media, the customer is well aware. तो क्वालिटी, द वर्कमैनशिप, ये भी अब बहुत एक इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज हो गई है जिसको पहले एवरीबडी इज ऑन द टॉस के, क्योंकि रेट इतने बढ़ गए हैं कोई उसको आदमी पूछता भी नहीं था. लेकिन अब ऐसी चीज नहीं रही है. कस्टमर इज वेल इन्फॉर्म्ड, वो जरा सी चीज को भी कॉम्प्रोमाइज करने को तैयार नहीं है. तो आई थिंक अभी भी मैं कंपेयर करता हूँ तो अपने सेक्टर को वी आर हेडिंग टुवर्ड्स लाइक ए ऑटोमोबाइल सेक्टर की तरफ हम बढ़ रहे हैं, जहाँ पर हमें कार में एक स्क्रैच भी जो है वो नहीं चाहिए अगर मैं लेने जा रहा हूँ. और टुवर्ड्स द फिनिश प्रोडक्ट धीरे धीरे कंस्ट्रक्शन के कंप्लीट के आने की तरफ जो है हमें बढ़ना पड़ेगा. दैट मीन्स वी रिक्वायर्ड कंप्लीट फंड फॉर लैंड एंड कंस्ट्रक्शन. फाइनेंशियल क्लोजर ऑफ ए प्रोजेक्ट, किसी भी प्रोजेक्ट को स्टार्ट करने से पहले वो जरूरी होगा। तो मैच्योरिटी की तरफ बढ़ रहे हैं और लॉट ऑफ क्वालिटी रियल एस्टेट देखने को मिलेगा एंड लेकिन महंगा भी होगा। वो एक अफोर्डेबिलिटी जो है वो भी धीरे धीरे आम लोगों के हाथ से जाएगी। अब 20 लाख 30 लाख रुपए के अंदर मकान मिलना नेक्स्ट टू इम्पॉसिबल हो जाएगा। रादर बस जो गवर्नमेंट की स्कीम्स हैं जिसमें सब्सिडीज वगैरह अवेलेबल है उसको छोड़ के ये चीज़ें महंगी भी होंगी, जो कि कंप्लाइंस बढ़ेंगे, क्वालिटी बढ़ेगी एंड आपको 5 साल 6 साल की अपनी वर्कमैनशिप की गारंटी भी देनी पड़ेगी। तो फिर वो चीज़ें जो पहले मिलती थी उस रेट के अंदर अवेलेबिलिटी उसकी कम होगी। तो चीज़ें चेंज हो रही हैं और आने वाले 5 साल के अंदर आप एक नया रियल एस्टेट इंडिया के अंदर देखेंगे।
Sure, sure. Irfan, what everybody is talking about financial closure, financial institutions. Rajanji mentioned that, you know, all stakeholders have to come together. Financial institutions will have a huge role to play. We are not seeing that happening yet. What do you think will it take for the industry or for the government to, what steps do you think it will be required for that confidence to come back in the institutions to lend again, if they ever lend again to the sector?
So I think the things that the panel, especially launches, the pace of going ahead. New launches will not be, as of the same magnitude as we had earlier. And one of the reasons, in addition to the reasons mentioned by the others, is the fact that RERA and funding has changed, and it has changed for some time now. So I think the change in the industry itself came from maybe 2017 onwards. There's been, in a fragmented industry where every landowner was also considering himself a developer. That has changed. Organized developers have come in. Unorganized developers have exited the industry. In fact, I think JLL had done a market study some time ago where they had said about 50% of the developers have already exited the market. So that consolidation has been happening for some time. And now you can see the effects of that consolidation in the years going ahead. What will also be true is, as a result of RERA, what used to happen in the past cannot happen going ahead. So, for example, in the past, if a developer launched a project and for various reasons that project got stalled, it's hard to believe now, but the approach of the developer was to ignore that project and go ahead and launch another project, right? That, while escaped attention, scrutiny, and punishment in those days, is going to face all that going ahead. So a developer can no longer ignore a stalled project, a stressed project, and go ahead and launch another project. In fact, that follows from one, funding institutions, and two, because he's already taken funding from so many institutions that loan is either threatened, it's an SMA, it's an NPA, it's bad credit basically, and therefore getting funding for the next launch becomes very difficult because it's either the funding institution or the individual, and RERA has already closed the doors for pre-launches and so on. But what has also happened is the quantum of penalties, the quantum of both financial and physical penalties keeps increasing with that stalled project, right? So the developer can no longer afford to ignore them. And even the authorities, so for example, I think it's Haryana RERA which passed a judgment recently, and I think that's going to be the trend of times to come, that a developer is prohibited from making new launches till they complete their existing projects. So it is not complete, but more like if a project is way behind schedule, till the project picks up and shows a completion date on the horizon. That kind of behavior will mean, therefore, that launches will considerably decrease going ahead. The role that financial institutions play is exactly what I think Swami is doing. We have, I don't think it's a new thing. We've just created a lot of noise, and we've done a lot of funding to prove that, or to try and prove, and to some extent we are on that road already, that if a project has financial closure, where funding for the project is not contingent on 3 different factors working in your favor, the project can get completed, sales can happen, there can be consumer confidence in the product being offered, and we can add to the credibility of the promoter. So where institutions and funds like Swami come in, and I sound very repetitive to myself, so you've not seen my other webinars, right? We offer credibility, we offer completeness, and we offer cost competitive funding. Prices are not going to increase. Prices anyway isn't a good indicator of how the market is doing. Sales velocity is far more important. Prices will in fact stabilize because the cost of funding is going to remain on the lower side for some time. Investors have exited the market, so the 20% return that 20% plus returns that investors expected is out. Swami Fund, for example, provides funding to stress projects at 12%. So as a combination of all those factors, we don't think price is going to be an indicator of market performance. It is the ability to tie in project finance completely and not keep it dependent on a very rosy estimate on how the consumer is going to behave or how the economy is going to function. Go ahead. Provide the consumer a completed product like any other industry does, and meet up to the standards that all other industries have already achieved in the past. So the famous example is always the car with the dent or the car with the scratches. When you pay even more for a house, why should you look at structural issues in the house, finishing issues in the house, when you've paid as much or more to expect a better quality?
Yeah, I'm sure that really makes sense for all of us here. Rajanji, before I take one last question for all the panelists, your views. I think a lot was said about real estate being like the manufacturing sector now, comparing it to automobiles. But I also know, because I've seen firsthand, the pain developers go through. I think I'm one of the few financiers who can say I feel your pain as well sometimes. But will it make sense to take all that pain and continue this business at the margins that we are talking about right now?
First of all, I will tell you, I little bit beg to differ from all the people. I'll tell you why. See, we were known as bad boys, or black sheep. See, RERA has claimed part of them. When RERA came, majority people who were the bad people were there. They were automatically going out of the market. And thanks to COVID will clean the rest of them. So it's not that the people are going out of the market, it is consolidation. And consolidation is always better. The people who is a right person and who is worthy of doing a business, he should be there only in the market. Otherwise, because of some people doing wrong, entire industry was taboo. Second, as Irfan sir told and majority of my friends told on the panel, there was in between, there was a big class known as investor class. I will tell you, very few developers made the profit the way people are thinking, rather than the investor class, the people who are investing in the initial time of the project, they made only the profit. So the money was taken by them and our name was spoiled. See, which is now, it is not going to be the case, because before RERA, once you don't have a CC, you can't start selling at all. And if somebody is buying, he's buying at his own risk. So he's going to pay the price for that. Third is that, I will tell you, everybody is talking real estate. Today, no financial institutions, you told whether you are going to finance or not. I don't know. That was Irfan sir, that was your question. I will tell you, whichever loan, if you are funded to any factory or wherever, your money has come back from that real estate asset only, which you people are forgetting. Today, I will tell you, any industrial loan, whatever you have paid, the industry has gone bad. It has gone into BFR, so many things. We, the developer, went and bought that land and we repaid that loan. So I can assure you that wherever, unless and until something is wrong done by a developer, which is very difficult because of RERA. And RERA has given tremendous transparency. The moment we sell our flat, we have to upload on RERA website also how many flats we have sold and how many flats are vacant. Whatever the money is there, 70% goes into the RERA account. And if you see, only there are problems in the projects which were started pre-RERA. Post-RERA, whichever projects are started, I can assure you 99.99%, barring 0.01%, all the projects will complete. So there is no worry for any consumer or even financial institutions. And today, the way all the friends have told, now the bigger projects, see, it is going to be, in a way, it's a bad for the city. See, if the bigger projects are there, the planning is better, you can give all the amenities, everything. Otherwise, once again, here we have to depend for all these amenities, we have to depend on the local corporation or the government. If a bigger layout a developer has developed, suppose for example, if you see, for example, Hiranandani, you can name many developers who have done big layouts, township. Even Runwals are also doing township. In that township, Lodas are there. So you go and see their township. So you will not feel that you are in India. You do 1, 2, 3 building development. So the developer is consigned to his only project. He is thinking about his project. He is not thinking it as a whole city or as in a community. Second thing, what is come good in this is that, see, development model has come up. Suppose if a developer is in a problem and some brand is there, so they both join hands. So it's a partnership in a way. Moreover, even that JV, joint venture projects also have started, because earlier people used to thinking of buying the land. So instead of buying the land, we have started going into JVs. So these every problem teaches you something or the other. The person who learns properly, he is in the business, and the person who doesn't want to change and doesn't want to learn, he is out of the business. Over to you.
Thank you. So one last question for all of you. I want crisp one-line answers, whatever is the first thought that comes to your mind. If there is one thing each of you have to do to enter the sector for the betterment of the sector, which is not already done, what would it be? Sandeep, starting from you.
Simplify regulatory procedures.
Naveen? Mute.
Project completion is top, supreme, which obviously covers Sandeep's points of getting approvals quicker and simplified.
Manoj?
Single window clearance. Still, the clearance is getting the approval is big hurdle. Single window clearance will definitely help.
Irfan? You're on mute, Irfan.
So I was saying, I hope this doesn't come as a surprise, but my single one-liner to the industry is take advantage of the Swami fund and sell.
Yeah. Rajanji?
My advice is don't borrow much. Whatever way you can take it, that much only you do it.
So that was my version of the rapid fire round. I think, Rajanji, there's a lot on your shoulders because everyone wants simpler regulatory processes. And I think the licensing with the government is going to be extremely essential for ensuring that we achieve. I think it has been a very, very enriching session. Thank you so much for participating. We have exchanged some really, really good thoughts, and I'm sure everybody who's attended this have had their questions answered. Thank you so much. Manish, over to you.
Thank you, Gitanjali.
Thank you. Thank you, Gitanjali.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, Gitanjali.
Thank you, Manoj.